this thing time to warm up and get all the way in there. Okay. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Bobby Black? What it is, what it do? I hope everybody having a blessed day as usual. As usual, you already know. You feel me? The days be so good. Even when they bad, they be good. You gotta still stand on 10 toes out here. So, you feel me? I just, I'm like going, we gonna pop all the way in. Oh wow, I'm not even on cam. What's up, Wild Man Ninja? What it do? How everybody doing, man? I know it's been a minute. I need to get on. I need to get on the schedule. I'm not gonna lie because, like, usually in the mornings, like I'll be in here sitting in front of the computer at times, just kind of watching videos, going over things. I said, I gotta get, I gotta get like really on the schedule to start doing like lives, like like every morning, like or something like that. Because in the mornings when you just waking up, you be needing like a good conversation to get your day started. Ain't nothing like a platinum conversation just to get your day started and get your day, where you need it to be when it's starting up. Like it's like we do. We wake up, we be waking up on the wrong side of the bed at times, and like you just be needing somebody to kind of talk to and go over things before you even get out there and start getting your coffee or do whatever you're doing. So I think that's what these lives before, but it's always beyond the smoke. It's always I named it beyond. It's supposed to be beyond smoke and mirrors because it's like the system that we have, like we got so many things that we accept or we believe in life, just the ideas that we don't see the underlying story that's going on. We don't That's the one thing that we don't really pay attention to because as we come in, we be given so much. In the beginning, we be given so much that we don't see it. It's like it's not there to us. It's there, but it's not there at the same time. And then it's like everything is just like this reflection of what we are, what we, it's that's all it is. It's like the mind coming forth, creating life and creating the different things that are in front of us. And it's like the cold thing about it is like nothing ever lasts forever. There's not too many things that last forever. It's like that's just a thing that's not there. I think that's why we keep the ideas that we keep. We keep these different ideas and we hold on to them because we pass them on from person to person to person to person, and we kind of keep it going. You feel me? But like I was saying on YouTube, everybody on YouTube, I'm not gonna turn the monetization on my videos no more, so y'all can you don't gotta watch any commercials. It's like I hate watching and I hope they don't do that. Like once I turn the monetization off on YouTube, I hope they don't just give people video. I mean, give them the commercials just on the side. It's like anyway, it's like you ain't getting the money. We gonna get it. You feel me? And then they'll put commercials on the video just because. You feel me? And I think I heard them talking about that a long time ago. But yeah, we gonna start doing these. I'm gonna start doing these lives early in the morning as a jump off. But I'm gonna have like different narratives that I come up with throughout the day because like I don't plan none of this. When I come and I jump on live and I start talking, it don't be planned. It don't be pre-planned. It don't be a pre-planned live. It just be straight from the mind. Wait, hold on. Dang, why my chat all the way down there? What's up with it, ET? What it do, man? I see you up in here smoking that gelato. Look, always puffing on gelato. Like, no doubt about that. But if somebody jump in the Discord, then I'll pop in and open the Discord. But everybody know we having a psychedelic meetup next weekend. You feel me? I didn't really spread the word or put it out there because it was only like, a chosen few that was actually going. Some of the main trippers, some of the main experienced divers are gonna come. We gonna come together and we gonna go and dive in. And I'm gonna try to play. I'm gonna try to run a live like the whole time. I'm gonna try to do that, but I don't know because once you start diving in, like you kind of like I'll forget about the live. The live won't even be. It won't even be a thing to me. Like I'll forget about it, and then I won't even basically try to go live. I won't even basically try to go live. Let me switch this around because once I get in that space, I can't even control my phone sometimes. Like my phone turned into like some Star Wars type stuff to where like one time it was just like the whole constellation of the stars was popping out on my phone. It was like, say my hand is my phone. It was popped up about this high and it was just spinning around. And it was like different star constellations that I could see. And then it was like lines, like it was making the lines of, Saturn or Sagittarius and all these different things. So it's like sometimes I don't be able to control my phone. I don't be able to, like when I'm on mushrooms, like my phone be the last thing I be wanting to even try to touch or pick up and do anything with. You feel me? So hopefully I can get something running and have it connected so everybody can, like last time I did it last time, even though that video didn't get a lot of views, they probably didn't even know what we was doing. Like it was real ceremonial. And I ran it for a while. I ran that one for a while, but it's like even the ones there, because like what we do, like as we have our experiences, we have different people recording and then we try to bring all the videos together. I'm not no platinum video editor, so I think that's what it is. If I can find somebody to actually edit the videos and put the videos together for me, it would be more, it'll be better. It'll be a better experience, not just for us, but for everybody out there. You'll get the platinum parts of what's going on and how we go into doing what we doing. Because sometimes we just kind of just come together and we just dive. We don't have no, okay, well, we gonna do it this way, we gonna do it that way. That's why it's good too when you have somebody like, Charles, certain people that set the meetup up because they plan it in a certain way to where we do these different things. And like me, like I'm like used to diving in at home by myself. I'm used to dive DMTs, like mushrooms, whatever. I'm used to being at the house, diving in by myself, so I don't have to do like all these different rituals in order to make me feel some type of way before I dive in because my mind is already open. Like I when it comes to diving in, I have no fear. Like no fear no more. Remember, I used to be spooked. I see the grids in the sky. I'm seeing the gestures. Like when I first seen the gestures, I was spooked, but I wasn't scared. Let's see, I went through a phone and started looking at GIFs, and each GIF was full of meaning, and I needed to share them. Then I scroll to the next GIF, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. Rapid fire. Nah, that's felt like getting 1,000 downloads so fast. Yeah. That's what, like when I went back over that video, Wild Man Ninja, when we all came together, and I go back and I look at it, it's like, bro, I don't like, this is the thing that I learned, that I'm learning and I'm seeing about life is it don't matter what you looking at or what you music you listening to, what movie you watching. Everything has information. Everything has information, and it's giving you information, some type of information. And like we'll go, oh man, oh some you got bad information, you got good information, and really you don't. Like information is information. Like you choose to use it the way that you want to. You choose to take it in the way that you want to accept it. But all information is just it's just information. Like that's the crazy thing I've been learning as I've been going, just watching people and not just watching people, watching myself because like improvement and change starts within the self. Because when you go out there and you look at everybody else, all you doing is comparing everybody else to yourself and who you are. You're not looking at that person and seeing that person's whole background of life of what they've been through and what they've been taught and why they even the way they are. It's just a lot of baggage that they picked up on the way, and like we all did it, like I did it. I picked up all these bags along the way that helped me survive being in this world, or not even just survive like the life and death, but surviving the ideas, the different things, the different narratives of the story that I was given. It helped me survive all these things that as I went along, I was learning and I'm seeing it and I'm going, dang, some of the things, when you at a young age, you just kind of just follow. You don't try to, you just follow because of the person that is doing it. If it's somebody you look up to, you just gonna follow that. You're not gonna turn away from it. You gonna, hey man, you gonna pick up on it and you gonna do the same thing they doing. And there was a lot of things along the way that I was taught that I thought was right because these are, family members, friends. This is what they're doing. This is what they do, and this is what they believe. This is what they accept. So that's one thing that I started doing. I started to pick up and accept all these different things. And then once you get far ahead, you start seeing that a lot of these things weren't good. They weren't good for me. You feel me? Despite if they were good for that person or whoever, like they weren't good. And like I started shedding them. So now I'm like where I'm at now to where I can see things and I can go, I decide on what I want to do. Even though I know for a fact is that my decisions are still not mine. Each decision was already here. There's not each idea was already here. It's just from what I know, I'm just grabbing the ones that I want to use. I'm picking up and taking the ones that I want to use. That's one thing that I trip off of that I hate that I started paying attention to too was the fact that where everything that I know came from. Like the way I hold my hands, the way I talk. Like like when you get around your family members, like your close family members, and like you get somebody that's outside of your family members and you bring them around, they'll say, hey man, you and him, y'all sound alike. You and him, y'all sound alike. All my cousins that I grew up with from a young age, when we all talk the same way. So you got like about 20 interpretations of me in different bodies, of them in different bodies, and we all sound and talk the same way because we was given all the same things as we were coming up and we stayed close to each other. And like that's another trippy thing that get passed on. What you say, wow man, you said it feels like the things that you're seeing is exactly the things you needed to feel and see, and then the realization that the environment around you is communicating to you and supporting your journey. Exactly. That's the crazy thing, wow man, because it don't matter if it's something even bad. If it's something even bad, the bad thing is gonna support your experience. The good thing is gonna support your experience. And it's on the individual to make it into what they want to make it into. And it's like it's so many things that we make into something bad, and it don't even be nothing bad. We can be speeding up the street doing 100, and then a speed bump will come up and we gotta slow down. But some of us don't want to slow down, but we'll get an attitude at that speed bump because that speed bump is put there to slow you down. It's certain things that I think with life, it's just like that too. It's like certain things that are put into place to slow you down, to stop you from going too far, because we do take things too far. Like, I was on TikTok. I was just on TikTok watching a video, basically about the oneness of life, and like I'm hearing all these interpretations from all these different religious people, not like just not Christians, not just Christians or just Muslims, but Buddhist monks and like the Mayans and different Indian cultures and their belief system. And it's like almost like trippy, because it's like everybody got their own interpretation of God, of this God thing. Everybody has their own interpretation of this God thing, what it is. And this is what like instills in me that the God thing, whatever that is everything. It's not limited to one thing, because you hear the one guy, he's talking about, life is water. And then you hear another one talking about life is this. And then another, it's like you can put it on anything. You can put it on anything, because it's going to come in whatever form you need it to come in. Life is going to always do that. That's basically what you saying, Wild Man Ninja. Life is going to come in whatever form you need it to come in at the time you need it to come. It's just, that's how it plays out. That's how it does. It works like that. And it's just, it's dummy crazy. The imaginary friends come back into full view, and you remember when the mushrooms wear off, the friends go back to being invisible. But now that you've experienced them, you may know they are there even when you can't see them. Yeah, that was trippy, because, hey, what killed me, I was watching with Blake yesterday, I was watching F, the movie Imaginary Friend. And like, watching that movie, it kind of shows you a lot, like how we create not just the imaginary friend, but we create with our imagination all these different things. And like, it was just showing how, she was talking to this guy that was helping her get people back in contact with their imaginary friends, with their Fs, get them back in contact, because it was a light that turned on, this thing that switched on, that made them happy to even see that old imaginary friend. But the whole time while she was doing it, she wasn't realizing that the guy that was helping her, the one who played Deadpool, I keep forgetting his name, she never was realizing that was her imaginary friend. She had totally forgot about him. Like, he didn't even exist. Nobody even existed upstairs in that room. But it's crazy, because she lost her mom, and then she was going through losing her dad. What's up with it, cousin? What's up with it, J-Man? She was going through losing her dad. And that's what created this thing. It's like, once we go through something terrible in life, we create these different places and these different things. And it just reminded me of the tulpas. Like when we were talking about tulpas years ago, and how people create these tulpas. And the one guy was like, well, yeah, I had created one, and I used to talk to him every day, and then he left. And then I didn't see him for like 2-3 years, and then I went to the store, and he was peeking around the corner. Like the Imaginary Friend movie was something like that with me. Like, all the years go by once you push this thing out of you, and then it comes back. But that imaginary friend is like nothing but a reflection of yourself. Like that friend, like it's that thing that's been talking to us in our minds forever. That thing that we count on to give us the information or tell us what we need to know. The things that we like, it's the mind just constantly talking to us. Like, that's what killed me about he said, wait. Great movie, worth watching on the microdose for sure. Yeah, no, it's a good watch. It's a good watch because the deeper underlying truth of it. But what I was saying is that thing been talking to us in our minds for a minute. That's the one thing that killed me, Wild Man, is when you dive in and that voice in there gets louder. Like, I never could understand why back in the days why that voice even turned off on me. But now I can understand why that voice turned off, because it was like my voice in my head is like the narrator of the story. It's the narrator, to where everything that's happening, that voice in my head is telling me this is going on. It's narrating the story. Even if the story isn't happening, the story, like, if it's happening, like, it can be 10 people can see one car wreck and each one will have a different story on what happened. Now, if my mind is constantly narrating the stories, my mind is telling me the story already before it happened based on past events or things that I've seen or went through. Like, somebody can come up and, like, by the way they look or the way they walk, I can interpret them as being angry. And they might not even be angry, but I'll throw that on them. So once I see them as being angry, like, this is what, what we got to start paying attention to is our own minds and the way our own minds create our own reality and judge our reality and name our reality and narrate our reality as we go. Because this is what it does. You feel me? When they see a red car, it don't just see a red car and name it a red car. It go off of, oh, that's a red Mercedes-Benz. That's nice. Oh, that's a red Toyota Corolla. It's an 89. It's ugly. You feel me? It's like it's always doing that. And it's like once you start paying attention to the narrator of your mind, you start seeing the different situations that the mind create and put itself in. It's nothing, it's not the situations out there is creating a self. It's like you create the situations. Like even when we drive it, like you can see it when you driving it. You feel me? And some people just be tripping when they be driving. When the car cut them off, what's the first thing they do? They go into rage. They go into rage and they thinking, oh, this car didn't cut me off. When in reality, why didn't you just slow down for that car? You seen that car with the blinker on. But no, we so aggressive and we always want to be the leader that we try to speed up and not even let the car in. I said, golly, I seen myself do that. I seen myself driving slow, and then the car on the right-hand side of me start speeding up, going, dang, he driving slow and try to pass me, and I'll speed up and try to, so the car won't pass me. It's like we got this I have to be first attitude or mentality all the time. When it's like, once I started going, okay, I'm not saying let every car get over, but once I see a car right there and it's trying to get over in order to pass this other car because it's coming up fast, bro, I just slow down. I slow down a little bit, let them get over. I'm not going to lose no time. I'm not going to, there's not going to be no loss to that, to letting somebody slide in. But instead, we'll try to block them off. And then when they do get in, we try to cuss them out. And then we have road rage. And you see people, we all got elders that we see drive the car and be cursing the whole time. I got an uncle, that's all he do. He cuss out every car to the point to where one car jumped in front of him. He got so angry, he went around the car, got in front of the car, and then kept hitting his brakes. Like, I'm in the car with him, and I'm going, bro, you driving with no license, but you keep hitting the brake, trying to make this guy run into you while you cussing this guy out in the rearview mirror. And it's like, this is what our minds do. Our minds just do this constantly. It don't just do it with road rage, but it do it with a lot of other things, even when it comes to the so-called knowledge that we think we have or that we think we know. Like my knowledge has to beat your knowledge. Your knowledge can't be better than mine. That's why I never could understand like the people on top that we look at as being spiritual leaders, why they have to come together and battle each other. Like, my spirituality is bigger than yours. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. How? It's impossible. It's impossible. Your ideas might be bigger than mine, but they're just ideas. These are ideas, and it's wild because we think just because we went back and we read all these different books and we learned all this different stuff that your ideas is something fascinating. It's not the ideas is nothing but clothes, like wearing clothes. It's like, look, man, I got on Gucci and Prada. You feel me? Like, it's no different. It's no different. That's what I'm starting to see, and I'm going, golly, like, why do our spiritual leaders have to battle? Why do this person got to have a whole battle with this person about information? If you sharing information and you giving it to people, it should just be boom. Here you go. Here go the information. This is for everybody. I should be able to sit down with anybody and talk to them. It don't matter what their belief is, because if spirituality, if it exists within everything, then it exists within everything. You just seeing it through a different eyes than me. Your eyes is different than mine. So your spirituality should be different than mine. But that don't mean that it's not spirit. That don't mean that it's not God. That don't mean that it's not the thing. Even though it's different than mine, it might have a different interpretation, but it's still that same thing disguising itself as whatever I want it to be. Like, that's the cold thing about it. Let's see what you say. Like, we have to step outside of ourselves in order to analyze ourselves properly. Yeah. That's one thing we do got to do, Kristen, is step outside of ourselves, because the you that you created is nothing but the illusion. That's all it's ever been. The you that you created is the biggest illusion ever. Like, think of some of the things that you like that you know are not healthy. Like some of the things, like it's the biggest illusion, and it took you a long time to create it. I think that's why it's so hard to step outside of ourselves, because it feels like you dying. It feels like you losing you. That's why it's so hard for people to change, because they don't want to change and become that other thing. It's like, I have to give up me in order to become a better me or a different me. And it's like, it's not even becoming a better you. It's just being the you that is more respectful to others and what they do. You feel me? Like, being more respectful to your belief systems. Like, I can't just hold mine and make mine the world, because my belief systems is just a small part of the world. So small that only I can understand and see it, because I'm the one that created it. I'm the one that went through all the things in life to come to this point to say, oh, I ain't gonna I'm always wear shoes outside because the last time I stepped on a piece of glass and I cut my feet. So I'm wearing shoes, and whenever I see somebody without shoes, I'm going to look at them. They nasty. Look, they gonna get they feet cut. This gonna happen to them. It make the idea spread even more when you have these certain systems that we have. Let's see. The one Dre said, hey, True, you ever think about how you can regulate the volume of your thoughts, but they have a limit, like how loud you can think and how quiet you can make the mental voice? Even if you think loud, it seems to be sound the same volume. Oh yeah. See, but a long time ago, Dre, like when I on my first two mushroom experiences, it took that voice out my head to where I can't hear myself think now. I just know what I'm thinking. I don't think about it before I do. It's like it's just there already. It's just I don't get it. You feel me? Like, I was trying to ask Kalindi that when we had Kalindi on here. I was like, man, why would the mushrooms take my thoughts? It took me a minute to figure out, because like I figured it out because once I started diving more, my thoughts come back, and they do get louder. They get loud to where, like I said, they become the narrator of the story. So when I'm having a psychedelic experience and I'm seeing everything, that voice in my head is explaining it to me. And it took for that thing to turn off, for me not to be able to just start naming everything when I see it. So now when I see it, I'm just seeing it. I'm just being. I'm not trying to explain it. I'm not trying to narrate the story or put a story on it. I let everything tell me the story. Because once you start narrating the story, this is where we get, you can tell somebody you can tell something before they do it. You can tell them this, you can tell what they gonna do before they do it. Like, you start paying attention to the things that you do like that, like being a parent, right? Being a parent, okay, my wife, every time my girl hears something in the kitchen, she think it's one of the kids. Now, she done played this so many times, because usually that's what it was. But it's to the point to where, like, she can be asleep and hear something in the kitchen, and she'll wake up and be like, "What you doing in that refrigerator?" And I'll be like, "That's me." But it's like, this is what our minds do. Also, our minds play these different games like that, because once you create a narrative, anything close to that is you going to make it that same story. You're not going to be able to put yourself outside of that story. You're going to make it into that same story instead of letting the thing tell you what it is or tell you what's going on. You're going to already have it. You're going to already think you know it, when in actuality you don't. You feel me? Like, even like I was seeing somebody talk about magic, and he was like, he was going, well, magic, you know, the people that try magic and it don't work for them, it's not real. See me when I do magic, if it don't work the first time, I try again, and I try again, and I try again, and I try again until it actually works. Now, let's say it didn't work, but whatever happened at that moment in time, you're going to put magic on it. You're going to say that was the magic. See, I did it. And it's like, no, you did not. That's just the reaction to that action that happened. You didn't really do it. Like spirits. Like when we go spirits and we go, a ghost is in this house. If I accept that it's a ghost in my house, soon as I hear anything that happens and nobody's around, I'm going to put it on that ghost. I'm going to put it on the ghost. I'm not going to put it on anything else. Oh, it got to be that ghost. That's what that ghost be doing. You feel me? It just be doing stuff like that. But that's how we narrate these different stories, and our minds keep the story going, because the illusion is better than the underlying truth of reality. So we have to keep creating illusions and putting illusions on top of illusions. It's like we got one underlying thing of reality, and we put another one and another one. We keep stacking it like that to where it's like 10 different realities. It's like 10 different realities. And then it's weird because when you're on mushrooms, you can see all 10 acting at one time. You can see all your ifs and what ifs and actualities going at one time, because every time you act or react to something, this is what your thoughts do. Your thoughts think of 90 different ways to react to a situation before it just act, and it choose the best way for itself in order to act in that situation. It don't just sometimes jump on it. It just, it choose all the, this one right here, this is the best one. This is how I'm gonna react to this. And it's like, whoa, like, hold on. But like I said, all those different ways that it created within the mind, those ways played themselves out. So it was like it was a whole life, and it didn't just stop there. Like this is what I be thinking about sometimes when I think about like what the creator is. Like this is like everything is the creator playing itself out. So like when you have that one thought of, like I said, let's say I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna play the game, and like soon as you think that, you already then made a reality of going in there. You knew what game you was gonna play. You knew what system you was gonna play it on. You knew what room you was gonna be in. You knew all those things to where you seen yourself in there playing that game. Like we do this with everything. That's why when we create these different type of situations, now if I get up and I go in there and I've already created a reality of me playing the game, and I go in there and say, bam, my controller don't work. My controller is broken. I get mad, like I have an attitude. Now this is another reality that I created. But that reality it lives on. It don't die. It don't just stop right there. That reality itself becomes its own world creation and begins to live in your mind. Each one, not just the one that where I thought that I was going to go in there and play the game. That one lives out and it keeps going within your mind. And then the one where I went in there and somebody was on the game, that's the actuality. That one goes on. But then it's other ones that are generated in between that also. Different aspects played. I might have stopped, went to the restroom. I might have went and rolled a blunt. I might have went and got a glass of water, or I went and got a snack. You know, all these different realities, once they get started, they play out within your mind and they keep going. They don't stop right there. Like when I had the mushroom experience where I seen myself in the diner. It was some diner I was in, and I was in there by myself. Like, it was like the trippiest thing, because I'm in this diner and I'm sitting at the table, but I'm looking at it from three different perspectives. I'm myself in the diner sitting at the table looking down. I'm this other entity that can just see the reality of the diner, to where it was like, like it was painted almost, but it wasn't painted. It was a real life painting that on the outside of the painting it was just white. Out So it wasn't no outside of the diner. It wasn't no outside of the diner. So, but the perspective of me that's sitting in the diner is thinking to itself, golly, man, he just created this little version right here and he left it as this. Now I just been sitting in this diner for a millennium. For his whole life, this aspect of me is just sitting in this diner. Like, this is how we create these certain aspects of ourself. We create many different aspects of ourself, but those aspects live on within our mind in different places. But they stay there in order so we can use them as we go. We use them in different perspectives or different times in our life. We go back to them and we grab them and we use them. You know, that feeling of sitting somewhere and it seems like it's just you and you can't get out of that place. It's uncomfortable. So now every time I get anywhere close to that, I relive that moment right there. It's like almost like we save these moments. Each moment we save, and we kind of split them up, and we act them out in life as we go, over and over and over and over. Each moment, even though the scenery might be different, that feeling that we got from being there is still the same. Like, that's what got me on a lot of my psychedelic experiences, is the feeling that I had, like when I was seeing what I was seeing. Like, a lot of people think it's okay, what I'm seeing is telling me this. Yes, it's that too. But if you notice, everything that you're experiencing on the psychedelic experience, you're getting feelings from. You're either feeling good about it or you feeling bad about it. This is teaching you. This is teaching you about your perspective on things. Because when you see something ugly, people see something ugly, what's the first thing they do? They get scared. They get spooked. They get uncomfortable. They don't want to be there. This is teaching you in order to get over your fears, because the fears that you have, you created them. You made them. But you didn't understand that these fears turned into entities, living entities that live within you. That's what your fears did. They turned into their own living entities, to where whenever you feel the force of that entity or that thing, boom, it creates the same fear. So when we go in, this is why, you got to let everything go. We always say, let go, let go, let go. Because when you let go, you don't have those fears no more, no matter what you coming upon. We only use those fears out here for survival. For survival, when we know something going to happen, so we can get out the way and, not let it, or, try to survive whatever is happening. But let me read some of these these comments. I was like, gone for a minute, especially if you get pins with the speeding fine on your way to the speeding fine processing government office. Oh yeah, the DMV. Say, good explanation. What's the channel cash app? Oh wow, Kristen. Dang. I can't even. Hold on. Dang, I'm gonna have to post it. I don't even remember it. Let me see. But yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild, and it's the I think the thanks Kristen. You already did it. Thank you, Kristen, for the donation. But it's wild, the fact when you start seeing these things and you start to understand it, because you stop creating all these things, and you kind of sit back and you watch everybody else create. You become, like I said, you become the watcher. Now I can sit back and I can watch everybody else. Oh yeah, that was it. I got it, Kristen. Thank you. But now you can kind of sit back and you can watch everybody else create their reality, and you can go, dang, that is wild. You can watch everybody believe in Trump. You can watch everybody believe in Biden. You can watch the war going on between Biden and Trump. You can sit back and you can watch any religious person with their beliefs. You can sit back and watch any black person or white person with their race beliefs. You can sit back and you can just watch it all. Like I sit back now, I kind of watch it all and I just laugh. I just laugh because it's almost like the information is being used to try to stand on somebody else. Like my information is only to be better than you. That's what my information is. That's what me working for anything is, to try to be better than that person or that person. I'm trying to better myself in order to better everybody else, because I feel like that's how it should be. Like once I better myself, oh, this should be helping better everybody else. Like everything I do, it's for me, but still at the same time, it should be helping you also. It shouldn't be just taken from you, just making your life reckless or all these different things. Is a lot of people get this information and that's the first thing they try to do is they try to have control. They want to have control. Like, oh, I have the information. You got to come to me for it. No, everybody has it. That's why they listening, because they have it too. It's like I'm just you talking. I'm just a mirror image of you saying the things that you need or want me to say. That's it. Even when I say this person over here is being bad and saying all negative things, that person is just the negative me saying all the negative things I want to hear. So I can judge it and go, hey, look, that's negative. He shouldn't be saying that. Oh, that shouldn't be. It's like crazy, bro, because we take the negative and the positive and we make it into our own thing. We go, oh man, this is negative. That is positive. This is negative. That is positive. The energy is just being energy. That's all it's doing. The energy is being everything, not limited to one thing. It's being everything. It's being everything. And if you think that it's not supposed to be that, go try to stop it. Go try to stop it. I don't care what it is. Just go, okay, I don't think that Christians should be, and go try to stop the Christians from being the Christians. I don't think that them people should be worshiping snakes. Go try to stop them. You're not going to stop none of it. The only thing you have control over is your individual self. And once your individual self know, and you don't even really have control over that, because despite what, you still going to have to be something or do something or move something. You're still going to have to do that. You're still going to have to eat. You're still going to have to sleep. You're still going to have paper. You're still going to have to do all these different things that you think the individual self don't have to do. But I'm just saying, this is how you make the journey lighter on yourself, by not just always pointing the things out and going, oh, you feel me? Because once you create that negative, bad thing, it plays a big part. It plays a big role in everything that's going on from that day forth. Once you point out a bad thing, you're going to start to see it. It's almost like your phone. Like if you go on your phone and some of y'all be going to them porn sites, it's going to send you all porn videos. If you go on the YouTube and you just looking at No Jumper, it's going to show you all No Jumper interviews. Everybody who did something on No Jumper. It's like I don't even want to say the reality is not the thing that has the algorithm. Your mind is the thing that has the algorithm. Your mind has the algorithm. So once your mind, this is why I named it We Already Woke. Because whatever you wake your mind up to see, it's going to see more of it. So if I just go, everything is good, that's all I'm going to see. I'm going to see everything good. That's, because I didn't program myself to see that. If I say, okay, there's a message within everything, it's going to be a message within everything that I see. It doesn't matter what it is, a music video, a movie, a kid talking, a baby just talking gibberish. It's going to be a message in it. It doesn't matter. Because it's my mind coming up with building its own algorithm as it goes. It's like the craziest, wickedest thing. It's like wicked. Like I always go, it's a wicked understanding. It's a wicked, like how Mozzie say, it's a beautiful ugly. Because it's beautiful, but it's ugly at the same time. But it's a beautiful ugly. Because even when it's ugly, it causes some kind of beauty. You feel me? But it's like crazy how that algorithm on your mind work. You don't believe me? Just test it out. Just test it out. One day wake up and be like, man, I only like red cars. Like, oh, this is the best example I can make. Like when you go to the car lot and you go and you get a new car to you, and they sell you this car that you just said, oh my God, I ain't never even seen one of these. Like I never have, and look, this car is beautiful. Why haven't I never seen one? And you drive that car off the lot. What happens? You start seeing that car everywhere. You start seeing that car. The neighbors got that car. You like, golly, man, how come I wasn't seeing this car? Like when I went and got that Ford Flex, I wasn't seeing a gang of Ford Flexes, but as soon as I went and got it, oh, now I notice them. And like this is what the mind does. So when you dive into spirituality or you dive into anything, the mind starts seeing it within everything. It go, oh, okay, there it is over there. Look, I can see it over there now. Look, it's playing in the clouds. It's playing in the stars. It's playing in the words. You just begin to see it everywhere. It doesn't matter what it is. You feel me? You can start eating chicken today. And then you're going to start seeing chicken everywhere. You're going to be like, I didn't even know they made chicken stroganoff. I thought it was just beef stroganoff. It's like, this is just how your mind works. And like, I used to want to like blame a lot of things on the reality, but once you understand that your mind is the thing that's creating reality. Like the reality, it's not creating it like it's making it, but it's explaining it to you. So therefore, when it explains it to you and you believe it and you accept it, the mind starts seeing it. It starts creating that thing again to where you can see it right there, right there, right there, right there, everywhere. You're explaining spiritual psychosis too. Good shit. Oh, thanks. Juan. Hey, it's wild, bro, because I be watching a lot of videos, but I still don't read nothing. I still don't read anything. I don't. I think I look at it like, like it was a trick or something. Like the books was like the biggest trick, but it wasn't. It was also informational. But it's like I always felt like, shoot, if you can read it and they put it in a video to where I can go watch it, I'd rather watch that. You feel me? While I'm doing stuff. But it's like I don't even read, bro. Like, which I ain't, reading, not reading, it's not a good or it's not a bad thing. It's not. It's just like the individual. It's on the individual. This is one spiritual psychedelic channel where you seem to actually have content, coherent ideas. Yeah, no doubt. Man, Juan, I didn't dove in on psychedelics so much. That's why I always be saying, people got, like, for you to really understand what I'll be saying, you got to go back and you got to watch the videos. You got to go back and you got to watch all my DMT experiences. You got to watch my mushroom experiences, 4ACO, all the different psychedelics that I did and diving in, bro. It got me to the point to where I was able to let go of every idea, bro. It was the scariest thing because I had to let go of my family. I had to let go of my kids. I had to let go of myself. It was almost like everything had died and it was just me. Like I had to let go of everything in order to see the things that was really needed to see for myself. You feel me? I had to go I like always tried to go beyond, like beyond my mind, beyond what I believe. And that's the hardest thing to do. That is the hardest thing to do. But we hear it every day. We hear people say, man, the only thing holding you back is yourself. We hear them say it in so many different ways, but we really don't get it. We get it, but we don't get it. We only get the aspect of it that we want. So it's like, once you dive it in, bro, you got to fully let go. This don't exist. You got to let this go like it's not even here. That's the only way you're going to be able to step outside of the ideas and the mind that you have. That's the only way. And then it's like more of you going into your DNA or your DNA structure and the ideas that are within there, bro. It's like the weirdest thing. So like when you go back and you watch all them experiences, you see how far I came. Like it took a minute. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm perfect to me. Like I don't want to be no spiritual leader. I don't want to be it's too many things that you have to do. Like every time I go on TikTok or on YouTube and I watch people talking about spirituality, they got to have on all the spiritual clothes. Like, you feel me? They gotta have on all the beads and the necklace, big bone in their ear, and they nose. You feel me? They gotta have on the hats. They gotta dress like it. It's like, what the heck, bro? The way you dress don't show your spirituality. It don't show what you are or who you are. This is just another idea that another persona that was put on. And it's like, bam, it's a lot that I don't even say because I don't want to throw people off because it's like, bruh, it's like the underlying truth of things is nothing really matters. Like we make it matter ourselves, the individual. As we go, we make life matter and we say what life is to ourselves based on our own ideas. But I always go, how many people live this life? Like, think about it. Have you ever sat back and thought about how many people live this life and story was not told and they story just didn't get heard by everybody? Like, we talking about billions, maybe trillions. Like even when we watch the movies show it perfectly. Hey, when you see Godzilla walking through Tokyo, knocking down the buildings, you don't hear about it. Don't it don't go, 100,000 people died and it named all those people. No, them people, it seemed like they wasn't even there. They didn't even exist. It's like they didn't exist. When you hear stories about the past, we only can hear stories about the leaders, the ones that ran everything, the ones that were in control. You don't really hear the stories about the peasants, the people that lived on the bottom, the people that didn't nobody know. You don't hear those stories. It's like they didn't exist. So if you take all the kings and all the presidents and all the leaders that ever led anything, bro, they don't even make up like 2% of what was here. Not even close. Not even close. But these are the ones that we always listen to. And we go, oh, you need to go listen to what's name? Oh, President what's name? He was the best president. We take all that, bro, and we factor it in and we let that explain life, and it's impossible. Like, you can't learn about Egypt just from what one king said. You can't learn about Kemet from what 10 people said. 100 people couldn't explain Kemet that lived in Kemet back in the days that wrote something. It's not more like 0.3. Exactly, Bucky. It's impossible. It's impossible, but this is what we do. We take all that. We take that 0.3% and we make it full life. And we go, this is everything. And it's like, bro, stop it. Stop it. It's impossible. It's impossible. That's like me cutting off my fingernail and saying my fingernail was my whole body. Even though it wasn't at the same time. It was just a small part. It was just a small piece. But it's like, this is what we do. It's like fucking weirdest. It's the weirdest thing to me now. It's the weirdest thing. Like, that's, I love history and stuff, but it's like at the same time, I think it's just corrupt. History is corrupt. You feel me? Like our real leaders and our real history was our grandmother, our great grandmother. You feel me? That was my history. It wasn't all these other things, all these other people. And you feel me? It's like we don't know our own identity, so it's like we out there searching for ourselves. Like within anything, this is the thing. Yourself is everything, but you don't see yourself as everything. So you start trying to find different aspects of yourself. Like it kind of remind me of the one story of the one guy that got chopped to pieces and they hid all his pieces of his body everywhere and somebody had to go find all the pieces. So it's all these different aspects of ourselves that we're trying to find because we don't see that we are already it. So now we got to look for it, and it seems like something missing, but there's never was nothing missing. You always was this thing. You always gonna come back into this life. Like, how can you not keep coming back into this life, into this thing that we generated, we made? And now that when we get a body and we come into a body, what do? We trap ourselves within the body, and within the thoughts that the body hold. Like, we create our own prison, and then we become an inmate within our own prison. But we don't see we in our own prison. You feel me? That's why I let go, because when you let go, you get rid of all those stop signs that you created along the way. We created so many stop signs, bro. We carrying so much luggage. It's like, it's the weirdest thing, but it's not at the same time, because this is what we do. Like, I can say it's weird, I can call it all these things, but this is what we do. This is what reality does. Reality is playing itself out in every way possible. Every way possible. Like, I was talking to my son about the aliens. I was laughing at that because he's like, yeah, if the aliens come down, I'm gonna be scared. I said, man, the aliens ain't coming down here to mess with us. Like, what they gonna learn from us? We can't even fly through space. What the aliens gonna learn from us? We talking about an advanced race of entities or beings that you feel me are way more advanced than us. What is there gonna be like? They gonna come like, is they doing what we do? We just going out and we studying the animals and going and think, because we used to think animals was stupid. And then we started to learn animals are smart as shit. Half the things that we do and we learn from the animals. We learn how to climb like the animals. We learn how to fly like the animals. We learn how to build houses like the animals. We seen the animals go and get bee spit and it was honey, and then we went and started getting the bee spit, and now we're going, the bee spit is good for you. We tell them, the bee spit, you gotta go get bee spit. I mean honey. You gotta go get honey. Honey is good for you. It's bee spit. And it's like, what the heck, bro? Like, I don't know. Life is crazy, but it's dope. How many things do you think have been deleted from history? Everything. Everything. What, that's the question is, what haven't been deleted? Because you seen Bucky, how they ran in. When they ran in and they took over a spot, bro, they destroyed all their knowledge. And they kept the good stuff for themselves. This is just what they did. You feel me? They always destroyed everything and kept their own. So everything always was destroyed. That's why, like right now, if you go and you look, it's only like, what, 0.9% of everything, of everything living is like, well, it's like 0.99, it's like 99.9% of everything that ever existed is gone. We like the 0.9% left. Everything that's here now is only the 0.9% of everything that ever was. Everything else is gone. It's extinct. It's done. Like, we that little percentage left. And that's how it always is going forward. That little percentage is just the percentage that live, because everything dies, comes back, or however we want to call it. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. We are a witness through which the universe becomes consciousness of its glory, its magnificence. Chris, that's true. That's one of the things. That's one of the things that you see on psychedelics. Like, but the way that I seen it, Chris, I seen it as this giant, like I seen a giant worm, bro. Not a worm like a worm, but it was like, I don't know what kind of, it was like a worm though. Let's just say a worm, but I don't want to say a worm because it wasn't a worm. And it was like tentacles coming out of this thing. And like, as far as you can see to the right, as far as you can see to the left, you can see this worm. On its stomach, all the way down was TV screens. TV screens all the way down. And the tentacles were connected to the TV screens. And the tentacles was like pumping in and pumping stuff in and out the TV screens. And on the TV screens, I can see everybody's life. Everybody who ever existed. Like, I'm talking about from Michael Jackson, James Brown, all the way back to King Tut. I can see everybody's life that ever existed happening at one time, side by side. And I was like going, I was trying to, at first I didn't know how to take it because I was like going, dang, okay, so this thing that's called life is experiencing itself in all these different ways. But it's something that it's getting out of it. It was like a feeling that it was getting out of it because later on, when I had another experience, I seen that same entity, but I was able to see the head of that entity. And the head of that entity, it reminded me of that slurm thing on on Futurama. It reminded me of that because, but what it was doing was it was pumping out and it was pumping in life, and within the life, everything being everything, it was getting some type of feeling out of it. It was getting some kind of good feeling. It didn't matter if something bad was happening or something good was happening. It was getting this thing out of it, but life wasn't. Life didn't have no pauses in it. It was like life, like Michael Jackson life is still going right now on the side of your life and everybody else's life. Everybody life that ever lived this life is still going side by side. It don't stop. It's like a one continuous thing that doesn't have no delay. It don't slow down. It just constantly goes. That's why it's always now. And we can say yesterday, but it's still one thing going. It's not no stop and go. It's not no hold on, let me write in the credits. It's none of that. It's just one thing going. So everything is side by side. Everything is happening at one time. That's why when you dive in, you can go to the past or you can go to the future. Like I never could, like that used to blow my mind when I go to the future in an experience and I'm seeing the future and I'm going, and I know this thing within me is knowing that this is the future. Now, even though I'm only grabbing bits and parts, every time I get to that part, though, it seems like it's deja vu. Like I call it deja vu, and I can once I get to that part, time is the biggest illusion because time don't exist. Everything is just one thing. Everything is actually happening at one time. Everything is happening at one time. It's not going like, okay, this year this gonna happen, next year. No, it's all last year, this year. 1,000 years ago, all happening at one given time. Boom, just like that. So where does that leave God? Oh my God, let's not get into that. Because if I get into, why everybody always trying to make me go into the God thing? Okay, because I don't look at God as being this thing that man created. Because I think that's what God is. God is something that we came up with to explain the different forces of nature, and not even the forces of nature, but the forces of everything. We called it God, and we put that name on it. But I don't think that God thing is not even, I think that's an illusion too. That's an illusion because we make it seem like it's something big that's in control of this. And it's like when you think about it, like everything that comes into life has its own control over its life as it goes. You feel me? So that God thing that was created was in order to control people or to have a certain control over people, because if you believe in a God, then you believe in authority. And God is not stopping nothing here. God is not stopping people from dying. God is not stopping people from offing people. God is not stopping nothing here. Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing. The only thing that stops something between humans is another human. That's it. Now, what this thing is, I don't know. It to me, it's like a giant organism or something. It's a giant living thing that I don't even think knows everything that is going on. Like I don't think it even I don't know. I be feeling like it doesn't know that this life is being life. It just kicks out the energy to make life. And life becomes what it wants to be, like depending on what it is. Like you can like when you see people, right, and the way people talk, like the way I talk. The way I talk, it shaped my face. It shaped the way I look. It shaped it shaped my physical presence. So it's like even with like an animal, like you see a donkey, the way a donkey and make those different sounds and the way it is, it shaped itself. Like everything that came into existence, like shaped itself as it went. It's like the trippiest thing. I don't even know how to explain that. I don't even know how to explain it though. Slurms McKenzie, the party worm. Yeah, for real, Slurm. It looked like that thing, bro. That thing, it was crazy. God gave everyone free will though. Hot like okay, free will. The will, what free will? The will to use what's already here. Like like who? When did God say this? Like who speaks for God? Think about that. Who speaks for God? Only people. Only people speak for God. Nobody else. Only people can tell you what God is or who God is. The animals don't run around thinking about God, but we supposed to be more, than the animals. They run around, they don't think about that. They don't have the concepts we have. Don't nothing else have the concept of God or this God entity but us. Because that's something that we generated. That's something that we generated over time. Like when you go back and you start reading a lot of the old religious texts, like God was the wind, God was the sky, God was the water, God was the different forces. When the volcano went off, God was mad. When it was a rainstorm, a tornado came, that was God. God did that. You feel me? That's the thing. That's something that we created. We created that. We created the God thing. And why do God think like us? Why do God think like us? Why do God have the feelings we have? Do we ever sit back and think that? Like, okay, why do God have the feelings of man? Why do God want man to have an abundance? Why is God saying all these things? Because if God is that one underlying thing, God don't need anything. God doesn't need anything because the thing is being everything. It's already being everything. It's not limited to being anything. So when you hand a dollar, that energy force is being that dollar also. That energy force is being everything. It's not limited to being just what we think it is. This is something that we came up with and that we threw out there and said, oh, this is what God is. And we accepted it because now, just think, if you came into life and nobody told you about God. Nobody told you about God. God is just that thing that we made and we added on to it and we added everything to it, which I think it's a bigger thing. It's something bigger than that going on. It's something bigger than God, because if God can't control this right here, which we say he is, but it's not, then I didn't watch people in my family worship and praise God their whole life, and they never got saved from any situation in life. You feel me? Like, it never stopped anything from life happening. You feel me? It just got put on that. Some things got put on the good things, and the devil got put on the bad things. I get what you're saying, though, and still to this day, people use God to justify. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. Like we said, like a person will strap a bomb to themselves and run into a building in the name of God and blow it up. Now, how is that God? It is God, because when you start to see and you understand that the imagination, the mind is God. That's what God is. God is the mind. Whether it's being controlled by somebody outside of yourself or it's trying to be controlled by you. That's what that is. It's the mind. That's the mind. That's why when we have those experiences of being alone in the universe, when you think about it in your mind, you're the only one in your mind. There's nobody else in there but you. That's why you started putting other people in there. It's crazy, bro. It's a wicked understanding. It's a wicked understanding. But I don't accept, and I can't accept the human's God, because if I don't accept it, they call you evil. Oh, I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in God. They call you evil. And it's like, no, I'm not evil. I'm just not accepting what you throwing at me. Just because you believe it don't mean I believe it. I believe it's something that created all this, but it wasn't God. That's definitely what it wasn't. God powers is limited. The one thing that is being everything is being everything. So if it is a God, that thing is controlling that too. If it is a devil, it's controlling that too. That one creator thing that's being everything is being everything. Not limited to God, not limited to angels, to demons. It's being everything. But it's weird, and it's like, it's just something that I don't say too often, because once I say that, when I say anything, like, people be hitting me with the, well, how could you say that? Remember, you don't believe in God. And it's like, bro, I just don't believe in the humans' God. I don't believe in your God. Because even when you listen to a preacher stand on the pulpit and talk, he's taking all these words out this Bible, making them into his own words, and creating his own philosophy of it, of the Bible, and saying, this is what the Bible say. This is what it means. That's what's crazy about it, because we can take any of this and we can make it into God, because everything is this creator thing. So you can point anything out and that can be God, or a sign of God. There's nothing that you can't make. There's nothing that you can't make not a sign of God. You feel me? You like everything, bro, because everything is that creator thing. But we just put the God word on it. But the God word, I think, limits it. It limits it to being everything. Because now when you put God on it, it's like, you only can go through Jesus to get to God, or, Allah, you got to believe in Allah, because if you don't, but anything outside of that is just not good. You feel me? It's like, that's the trippy thing apart. It begins to play a role that begins to create evil and separation. That's all it does. It creates evil and separation, because without that, would nothing be evil. Like, you wouldn't be able to point out somebody and call them evil because they don't believe in what you believe. And like, that's what people use it. People use it like it's a sword. They walk around with it and use it as a sword just so they can cut people up and do different shit to people. And say, I gotta go. I enjoyed the conversation. I'll be enjoying again sometime. Life is crazy. Nah, it is. Good look. Thanks for stopping by, though, Bucky. Thanks for the sub, man. And everybody else out there that's new to the channel that joined in. I usually had a Discord open, and we be chopping it up in Discord, but nobody's in there right now, so I'm just running it. You feel me? By myself. What's wild to me is how the most devoted to God people seem to not understand the logic of how it's messed up to think you can do harm in the name of God. Exactly, Dre. Like that's the wickedest thing to me ever, is the fact that's what they do it in the name of God. Remember, I posted the video. She was like, "Man, I'm trying to give you the good word." It's like, and she started cursing him out and stuff. Like you cursing at me because I don't want to take what you trying to give me, the word of God. Like I see it over and over again. But people don't realize we are the ones that's creating evil. Even though evil, I don't even think evil and good exists like that. It's another illusion that we created behind the God theory in order to make ourselves better than, or to make those things. I'm not saying that crazy bad things don't happen. It goes all the way back to what I said. If a person step in the street and get hit by a car, we like, oh, that's messed up. That nothing with the devil or something like that. But if we see a herd of buffalo running and they run over 10 baby gophers, we go, that's nature. That's nature. Nature's supposed to do that. Like, all is nature. There's nothing that's not nature. Like, we make it seem like there's things that came from another planet and landed here. Nothing in here, nothing on this planet has came from anywhere else. Everything was made from right here. from the chemicals and all the stuff here was made from right here in this place on this planet. Everything. We didn't go to Saturn and grab a couple of things from Saturn and bring it back and create, you feel me, DMT. No. Everything was made from this place right here, from this planet. Everything that we ever created, we made from this planet. There's nothing that we didn't make from this planet. Everything came from right here. Oh yeah, people want to escape. A lot of people want to escape, but they can't. They can't. How you gonna escape? You can't escape yourself, man. You can't escape yourself. That's impossible. Sometimes those people. Wait, let's say something. I just listen to those people anyway. Sometimes they get into personal stories, so that's the stuff I want to hear. LOL. That's why they Christian. Exactly. That's what I like too. Because when they go, okay, see, you don't understand why I'm a Christian. And when they get into the story of why they're a Christian, that be the best part, Quintoon. That be the best part. Because now they're giving you a story that actually happened in their life, that changed their life and made them look at life different. They're just not just giving you anything. They're giving you something special right there. Not the stuff, the watered down stuff that they read and learned over time. They go, well, this is how Jesus saved me. I was shooting up dope in the back alley, you feel me? And the needle got stuck in my arm, and you feel me? And whoop-de-whoop, and this happened and that happened. And after that, man, I turned to Jesus and it stopped it all. You feel me? Now, those be the stories. Those be the stories. I don't want to hear the pre-programmed story that's already out there. I want to hear, okay, dang, what actually made you change? Because when you think about it, it didn't take for that word to make you change. It took for something dramatic in your life to happen to make you change. And when you got saved, you just said it was Jesus, because this is what Jesus go around doing. He go around saving people, and God go around saving people. You just put it on that thing. You feel me? But it was actually just you that found out yourself that you need to do better, because you almost killed yourself. You almost died. You shooting up drugs. You almost died. You came to the real life. Man, I'm taking all my kids' money. I'm spending it over here. Yeah, you realized it yourself. And then what we do is we use spirituality and these different things as tools. They're just tools in order for us to better ourselves. That's all they are. Whether they true or they not true, we just use them as tools. That's it. That's what they supposed to be used as. So it don't matter what you believe. It don't matter. Like you got some Christians that walk around and they don't want to, deal with nobody outside of their congregation. And it's like, dang, I thought you're supposed to be here saving people. Now it's like, nah, I don't want to talk to that person because that person is this. You feel me? Nah, bro, you supposed to be out. Jesus kicked it with nothing but, he didn't go around people that was saved. He said they don't need me. They already, I ain't gonna lie though, because when you read that Bible though, back in the days, it did have some good information that made too much sense. But a lot of people took it the wrong way. Because Jesus was right. He said, dang, I walk among the people that are out here doing bad. I don't want to be around people that are doing good, because they think they feel like they don't need me. They already doing good. They got billions of dollars. You feel me? Why I want to hang around them? They don't need me. What I want to talk to them for? They feel like they can teach me something because they billionaires, gazillionaires. So they don't need me. Why? So why am I going to hang around them? Jesus was smart. Jesus was smart. He went to the hoods. He said, man, I'm going into the hood. Matter of fact, I'm going to Chirac. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to walk around Chicago and talk to the people of Chicago. I'm not fisting. Why am I going to go over to Beverly Hills and try to get them this information in Beverly Hills? They ain't going to want it. They ain't going to need it. He said, trauma wakes people up. For reals. And then trauma's so hard because trauma, you like near-death experiences. We see it in near-death experiences. People have them near-death experiences going through something. And then, boom, you feel me, had that near-death experience. And then they see everything they ever learned in one thing. You feel me? Everything they ever learned in one thing, and they see the good side of it, changed their whole life, bro. You feel me? Like you don't have too many people seeing Jesus in there. I I always used to wonder that though, like when people used to see Jesus and they'd be like, "Well, I went and I met Jesus, but when you asked what color was he? What did he look like?" He didn't have no color. He didn't. You know what? He didn't even look like anything. But I knew it was him. I knew. I just knew it was him. I knew it because the way he spoke to me, the way he did this, and it's like I believe him too. I'm not gonna lie. I think you can see Jesus. I think you can meet the devil. I think any one of these entities, because I think all these different ideas of these different entities we created and they exist within all of us. They have no choice because we all heard about it. So we all created our fundamental idea of what that entity was. Like in your life, Jesus can be a savior. He can be, this white guy on the white horse riding with a sword. And in their eyes over there, he could just not have even existed. He could be nothing. You feel me? Like that's wild to even think about in itself. To say, I think even if God is good, we are going through this life in hardship for a greater spiritual reason. That that's another thing, right? Juan, I feel like that's another thing we do. We have to put a purpose on this life. We have to put a meaning on this life. When in reality, life don't really have no meaning. Life don't have no meaning. Life just being. Life just is. Life is just happening. It's just happening. Like we put these different things on it because we were raised to go, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a fireman. I want to be this. I want to be that. You feel me? Like these are different things that we were taught in the beginning that led us to have all these different beliefs that we have. Like that's the scary thing because life don't really have no meaning. Life never had meaning. The individual puts the meaning on life as the individual lives life. Then it goes, okay, this is the meaning for that. This is the meaning for that. This is the meaning for that. It's like it really don't have none though, because life is just being life and it's just going. And it's being everything at one time. So it's like when you think about, okay, we came here to learn. To learn what? If you the infinite all thing that's in there, and you're infinite, what is there to learn? The only thing there is to experience life. It's not really to learn anything because anything that you learn here, where you gonna take it to? Well, you can't take it when you leave. You can go gather up all the money you want. You can go gather up all the knowledge that you want. You can't take it when you leave. Once you go, you're not taking none of it because you're not in other places. It's not needed. Like a lot of people on psychedelics didn't seen this. You didn't been in places to where it was just pure love. You didn't been in places to where it was just pure hate. You didn't been in places to where it was the in between like this. You didn't seen all these different places. We're here playing with all these different places right now in life. Playing with the good side, playing with the bad side. We venturing into all these different aspects of life. But once we go, it's not going. You get to leave. Like that was the best feeling, bro, of my life when I had a DMT experience and I popped out of my body, bro, and I seen all the ideas and the things that my mind and my body was carrying. It was the purest thing, bro. I popped out of my body and I'm floating above myself, looking at myself, just shaking my head like I didn't have none of those worries that my body had. I didn't have to hold on to none of them things, to none of that luggage that my body was carrying. I didn't need none of it. I didn't need any of it. So my body was telling me I needed it, but I didn't. Because outside of this is pure bliss. It's pure bliss. That's it. So it's like, what are you going to take from here? You're going to take your spirituality with you. You already spirit. The spirit is already existing within there. The spirit is existing within everything. It already knows everything. It sees everything. It is everything. It's already that. So within you, what are you going to take? There's nothing to take. There's not like that's the part that gets me, because I always felt like that too. Like, hold on, we here to learn something. Yeah, that's what we was taught. We was taught we was here to learn something. What we here to learn to do is to keep the humans going. Is to keep the humans living. Because no matter what they go through, what they learn, what they see, it's gonna keep going. And everyone that came in had the same feeling. Like, we're talking trillions of human beings, humans that lived this thing and had that same feeling that they were right, that they knew what they were doing, that this is what they had to do. This is what they were supposed to do. I was supposed to go and save the birds. I was supposed to go and save the mosquitoes. I was supposed to go and save the wasp. I was supposed to go and save the lions. I was supposed to go and save the zebras. I was supposed to go and save the people. Who doesn't have that? Everybody has that. For what? For our survival. For the survival of everything that's here. It's like everything has its own symbiotic relationship. Everything in life. Like, not just the living creatures, but then also the ideas. Like that's the crazy thing about it. It's like, once you start seeing that your ideas is living entities. They create their own entities. Like, within your mind. Like, your ideas create a whole... Boom! The best way I can explain it, bro, is this is cold, right? When you think about it, right? Okay, your ideas of being a dad. What person do that create? It create a whole different person that you talk to when you talk to your kids than when you go and you talk to your boss from being an employee. Or you go and you talk to your mom from being a son. You feel me? These are different entities. Like I said, man, we are legion. We are legion. Every spiritual thing that we say is already in us. It's already happening. But we play all these different sides, bro. We play all these different people. We play a brother. We play a cousin. We play a friend. We play all these different roles. All these different roles. And that's the same thing that the thing is doing. It's doing the same thing. It's disguising itself as all these things. As all these different things. The one underlying thing is disguising itself as everything. So that one thing, just think how powerful it is to even be able to do that. To even be able to do that. But that thing that's doing all that, it doesn't need anything. It don't need anything. It don't need us to what's name. It uses us in order to experience life. Yeah, I'm not totally disagreeing either. Just trying to have some healthy skepticism. No doubt. I'm not disagreeing with you, because this is the thing, right? Each aspect that we can think of it is actually what it's being. It's being that part too. It's playing the part of, I have to come here, I have to learn all this stuff. That's another aspect of it. These are all the different realities that we're creating. But I'm talking about that's why I said beyond smoke and mirrors. Beyond the smoke and mirrors. I try to go beyond that now. When I do the Beyond the Smoke and Mirrors, Beyond the Smoke and Mirrors podcast, I'm trying to go beyond that. Let's see, it's all good. It's self-inflicted. Oh, dang. What's up with it, Esco? I didn't even catch this. It's self-inflicted. It's all okay. Yeah, for real, Esco. Let's see. When it pops into your thought unexpectedly, it lends credibility. It's not just your mind conjuring it up from residual memories. It actually feels like an external presence. Yeah, it does. It does. But like, that external presence is the mind. It is the mind. It is that consciousness, that whatever you want to call, you can put whatever we want on that thing. I think it is that. It's that thing. It's that thing. It's going to disguise itself in many different ways. That's just what it does. That's what it does. It comes in. It comes in and it disguises itself in many different ways. But that's the underlying belief of it, because, just me, like I'll give you one example. Like, I had an experience to where, I was seeing that Egyptian, that pharaoh mask, right? That pharaoh mask that they be having where it got the snakes that come outside the head, right? And like I wasn't understanding why I was seeing it. And then like within the head right here, a little dude popped out and it was like a Jesus Christ figure. And then from that one, another one popped out and it was like a Buddha figure. And then from that one, another one popped out and it was another figure. But it was like showing me all like Gandhi and all these different, different people that we looked up to because this thing was disguising itself as those. And then another time it showed me it was like a building. It was like showed me like a Buddhist mausoleum, whatever you want to call it, like a building, and where they a place of worship. And the thing it just started. It got about this big, and when it got about this big, out the front door, another one came, and it started to grow, and it grew itself. And once it got about this big, another one popped out. They kept changing, but it was the same thing. It was the same thing being each one, each one, each one it transformed into. Like, even when it was showing me the different characters, Jesus, Buddha, and like Gandhi, and all these different characters, like, it was the same thing changing itself, forming itself. Because what it does is it takes the form in whatever you need it to take it in. What form? It's like it come to you and it go, okay, what form do you want me to take? I'll be that. What form do you, okay, what do you believe? I'll come in that form. And like when I come in that form, I'm going to help you. It doesn't matter what form you want me to come in. I only do that because that's what you need. You need me to be in a form. I'm already just spirit. I'm already this what I call it? I call it the goo. I call it the primordial ooze. I'm already this black goo that you can morph into whatever you want this black goo to be. And once you morph it into what you want it to be, it's going to be that for you. So whatever you want to believe or whatever you accept to believe, it's going to be. It's going to be. It's not going to, like, that's just the way it works. Like, you can, like, I don't have to prove it. Prove it. Like, the way you can see it is go around and watch everybody and see what everybody do and watch their beliefs. Watch how they talk. Watch how they move. Watch what they say. You can see everybody's belief system going on, walking around. Every person in general, individual, being what they want to be and believing what they want to be and accepting it and trying to make everybody else be that thing. It's like that's the part that gets me is when you get it and then you try to make everybody else be that. And it's like you gonna find a couple of people that have that same belief system, but most of the time people gonna be what they want to be, and that's the good thing. I like to see everybody being everything because it's showing you that everything is everything. Everything is one thing. That's all it is. It will never not be stop being that. Say Jesus, Krishna, Juggernaut, Wrangler, maybe the Egyptian scorpions. Let's see, or something I never even knew about them before I seen them while tripping. So I thought that weird. What the F did that come from? No, I always said the same thing because having experiences and seeing Anubis, like walking around as Anubis, seeing the Krishna, seeing the elephant. I never paid attention to that stuff. It wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even within me. You feel me? And it's like, the crazy thing about it, we probably seen it before, but we just didn't really pay attention to it. We seen it because we seen the elephant head god. We seen these different Egyptian gods because they always playing it out on all the TV shows, all the movies. You feel me? Different documentaries we watch. We seen it, but we didn't see it. It's like once you go in there and you get in that experience, you see it. It's real. It's not something. It's not a statue. It's real. It's like sometimes realer than this. It seems realer than this. It's real, but that takes me back to the mind. The mind, just like the mind is creating this, is creating that too. That's a part of it. And I think each one of those entities, I think they are different energy that's existing within everybody. Because I think anybody can go in and see those entities if they dive deep enough. I think it's open to anybody because they exist within everybody. They it like you see it on the different levels that the energies take to make reality what it is. You see the different levels of it, and you see each one playing a different aspect of that level or playing the one thing. It's weird once you even start getting into being in the different realities because you see it'll be a one underlying thing that will connect all the realities. Like all my realities, one underlying thing could be when I go like this. In each reality, when I go like this, it happens in each reality. There's certain things that happen in each reality that stays the same. Like it's like it's weird. It's weird, man. So those are the only three entities. No, I seen just about every Egyptian god. One like the jackal head, the hippo head, the one with the hawk head. I seen every Egyptian god, and I seen a lot of Hindu gods. I seen a lot of Hindu gods, which is crazy. I seen a lot. I seen a lot of them. I probably seen all of them. I probably seen all of them because it was a time to where I went in front of all of them, and it put me in front of each one by one, and they were like, just like it was like almost like they were judging me. It's like it was like the weirdest thing, and like the last one, and every time I got to one, I would be saying their name. Like when I got to like Vishnu, well, I wasn't saying Vishnu, but I was going Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. I could only tell because my body there, me there was like just this spirit thing looking out, but the me here probably was eyes rolled back in the head like Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. Who knows? I probably looked like I was cursed or something, but when I got to Anubis, like even when I got to the elephant head guy, like I need to find that experience where I seen Ganesh. That was like that was the most beautifulest place I probably, one of the most beautifulest places that I've ever been to on psychedelics. Just one of the most. I've seen a lot of different places, but that place right there was so fascinating. It was like nothing I ever seen in life. It was like nothing I ever seen in life. But when I got to Anubis, Anubis shook his head, yeah. And when he said, yeah, I was able to understand good and evil. I had a better interpretation of good and evil. It was like, what the heck? I'm up there thinking, it's like almost like with Star Wars, the dark side, and you feel me, and the Jedi, and then they both fighting for a system of belief that they have. And they both are, yeah, India. Yeah. But they're both fighting for a different belief system they have. But they made one evil and one not evil. But they both fighting for a system that they're trying to create for themselves. Like, oh man, I forgot what that new Star Wars one TV show is called. Like that kind of show it's kind of trippy, man. That's a trippy show. Ganesh, what's up with it, Charles? What's up with it? Yeah, man, we just back, just kind of chilling, man. Just chopping game. Just chopping game. Dang, I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't think I was going to be on this long, but yeah, y'all got lucky. Y'all got a good one today. But, what's the name, bro? Hold on, let me, no, cancel that. I didn't want to leave that. Let me take that down here. That's too many what's the names to post. That's too many places to post to. I'm gonna just open it up. So we've been talking. And I ain't gotta go in today. So therefore we can stay on live for a minute. Let me share this. I was telling them about the meetup, Charles. The exclusive one, and we're gonna try to go live with it. Try. You know how it be kind of hard. Say, don't you think good and evil are useful concepts? Yeah, I think so. I think everything is. I think it's all useful. It's all useful to the person that's using it. If they're using it in the correct manner, and then that's if there is a correct manner to use it in. But I think it's all useful. Wait, hold on. Hmm. Wait, I'm trying to share the Discord and the YouTube real fast. But I think it's all useful. Oh, smoking and rolling. What you smoking today? What you puffing today, ET? Some gelato. Some gelato. I got some chocolate chip bookies. I got some chocolate. It's some type of chocolate cookies. They pretty good though. My girl, she don't like them. She like them things. It's nasty. I'm like, not to me. Not to me. I'm like, they hit real good. This one will be for the record books for sure. The moment we woke the West Coast up, huh? We done woke the West Coast up a few times, Charles. You know that. We done woke it up a few times. Well, wait a minute. Oh, tripping. There go right there. Yeah, we done woke that thing up so many times. But that's why I was saying, I was like, it's gonna be mainly the heavy the like the heavy hitters, man. Oh, I closed it out, bro. I can't even. I closed it out. Why did I do that? Oh, I can't see the Instagram chat now. Sorry about that, IG, but it's over. Oh, good looking out, Master Creator. Do you get dreams of the future? No, bro. I hate dreams. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want to dream no more, Juan. I dream constantly. Like in my psychedelic experiences, I get shown the future a lot. Bro, man, I took mushrooms one time. That was crazy. I went to step in the tub. I went and made me a bath water. I went to go take a bath so I could kind of relax because I was still tripping hard. And as soon as I went to step in, I seen my life do that again to where it started from the beginning and it went all the way to the future. And I was like geeking off of it. I was geeking because it happened fast, but at the same time I could it was just it went just fast enough to where I could see it, to where I could see it, and I knew what was going on. Oh, my headphones turned off. Yeah, I could see it, bro, and I was like it was kind of trippy. It was kind of trippy, but I in my dreams I dream every time I sleep now. So it's like the wildest thing. I dream every time I sleep. There's not a time that I don't go to sleep that I don't dream. Like I can sleep, I can take a nap, and I'm gonna have full blown dreams, like in just a nap. And it's crazy because like I started saying, I said, man, I need to start recording my dreams, because some of my dreams they just be kind of far out, and I don't know whatever I never thought about any of them being like the future or like a futuristic event. I just know for a fact that they don't turn off. That's the one thing that I do know, that the dreams just don't turn off. Like I can't turn them off now. Like, and it was wild because back in the days before I started doing that, yeah, I still do psychedelics, bro. I just did DMT. What was it, last week? Like last week, and then next week we about to have a meetup and we about to dive in. Yeah, I still do. I just don't, I don't do it as much as I used to because of Well, hey, it might be that. It might be that. But no, I don't think so. I don't think so because I always didn't dream, but I think it is too. I think it's something that I opened up or something that I awakened within there that just won't go to sleep now, whatever it was. Like, because I didn't had experiences, bro. Like now, whenever I have them, like whenever I take mushrooms, like I'll see all my dreams. I can see all, like clearly. At one time, I can see all my dreams. And after that, my psychedelic experiences come back to where I can see all my psychedelic experiences in my dreams at one time, and I have access to them to where it's like boom, I can go in and I can live out that part of the dream, or I can live out that part of the psychedelic experience. Like this happens every time now when I dive in, but we can't always remember them. That's what I do. I dream every night, and like when I wake up, I'll remember it, but then I'll forget it because I'll go throughout the day, or sometimes like it depends on how I get woke up. Like if my girl or one of the kids wake me up, like as soon as I wake up, I go straight into doing mode, which is weird because like when I wake up, it seemed like almost how when you go through the tunnel on DMT. Like it seems like that. Like I see myself coming back through this tunnel to where it's like go zoop, and like I'm back here and I'm waking up. But it's like I went through a tunnel and ended up here. I didn't just open my eyes. It's like I went through a tunnel, which is okay. That's what I want to get into too. Is the fact that the tunnel, bro. When I think of the tunnel, like now when I see it when I come out my dreams and I'm waking up. Like I'm going, what if the tunnel are some of the things we see are the in between? When I say the in between, I'm talking about like the time that it takes for your eyesight to get to your brain. The in between, the time that it takes for your hearing to get to your brain. So you feel me? Like to us, it seems like it's instant. But it actually isn't because it's wired and it's running through, like a current. It's like, your eyeballs is boom. It's running through this and that and that and that in order to get there. And it's like, what if that is what that is, bro? Like, I've been thinking about that for like some weeks now. Like, what if that is what you actually seeing? You seeing that in between, that what it takes to get here, what it takes to even activate the body, to power the body, to turn the lights on in the body and move the body. What if that's that in between? So that place that you coming from before you get here, it's like almost like when you walk to the store, it got its own scenery. You feel me? You on your way to the store when you see it, oh, here go Miss Thompson house, here go Kev house, you feel me? On your way, the scenery. So what if that in between where it gets from your eyesight to your mind, what if that's a place? Like what if that's a place to travel? Because every time it's like, to me, that's what I be feeling like. That's a place to travel. Boom, you go through that. Like, but you don't see it because it seemed like it's instantly happening so fast. The shamans were right because it's a damn portal. That's what it seemed like. Like it's a portal. Like you going through a portal to get back here. When you close your eyes, you go to sleep, you go back through the portal, back to wherever it is you at. But that's what it seems like. But it's weird because, bro, golly, that's something to think about. To me, that's something to think about. It's like that in between space right there, because you got to understand, within that space, everything exists. Everything. We don't see the little particles that are made up to even make that place, to even create the eyes and all that. So it's like when you go through that portal of your eyes to get back to, when you come back into the mind and the mind goes whoop, and it come through the eyesight, it's like what is seen within the walls of that. You feel me? Because you always going through these tunnels, or you go through these portals to get back and forth, whether you sleep or whether you woke. You feel me? And it's like, what if you can see the in between there? Because I always felt like when you think of the mind is a place where anything can exist. There's nothing that's not there. Everything can exist in the mind. The mind is an infinite amount of space. We're talking about the metaverse, right? The metaverse. So just, oh my God, bro. Bro, life is just a mirror. Because the metaverse is nothing but a mirror of the mind. So if you think about it, right, the metaverse, they're making property within the metaverse right now to where they're selling property within the metaverse to where you can go in there, you can buy you some property, and you can have your own place within the metaverse. Like, this is like you already have this own space within the mind. It's like, why is reality copying what a person already is? Because that's all it can do. That's all it can do is copy itself and then put it out. And then out there, it seemed like it's something big, but it's doing nothing but mimicking what we already are and what we're already doing. Like, think about it. Like, this is your house, right? Think about the people you let within your house. Like you, Lil Uzi Vert, you feel me? NLE Chopper, yeah, Kendrick Lamar. Within your metaverse, you let all these different things come and live within your metaverse, within your universe that is just you. What's up with it, Wild Man Ninja? I'm interested in how the future turned out in your visions. Oh, it just be, man, it be regular, bro. It just be like life. And then like you get like I was telling one day, when I was at work, right? In my psychedelic experience, I seen myself at work. I seen myself doing this thing, right? So I get to work, you know, on this day, and when I started, like, my boss is like, well, I need you to go and paint these things. Soon as she said that, as it started to happen, I remembered myself being there already. And I said, okay, now I remember what happened in the experience. I said, I'm about to try to change this shit. I said, I'm going to change it. I said, I'm not going to use that paint right there because last time when I used, I said last time when I used that, she was tripping because no, it was the opposite. Because I think I used the paint in the experience when I seen my life fast forward. I seen myself use the paint that she told me to use, and like once I used it, she didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, why'd you use that? You should have used this." And woo woo. So from the experience, I went and used the paint that she told me I should have used, and I painted everything. And then I'm like going, okay, now I'm about to see what happened. And I went and got her. And she said the same thing I said on that. She said on the experience. And I'm like going, I tried to change it though, but I couldn't. It's like almost like life already played itself out. Future, past, present. It already played itself out. We just watching it now. So it was like, even if I tried to change something that I already seen that happen, I couldn't change it. I couldn't. Like, it's almost like when you playing GTA and you being that character in GTA, everything that character is doing, that character think he is doing itself. Like, the character in the game is being the character. It's thinking for itself. It's thinking it's doing all these things itself, but it's not. It's you controlling that character doing all the things that character that. So it's almost like even here, like, in there, you got a limited amount of things that you can do. You can't just do everything the same as here. It's like you controlling the character, making the character, but you just following the narrative that was already put there. Like in GTA, the narrative of the story is already there. So even when you do something that seems like it's new, it was already a part of the game. It was already a part of the game. So what, like, even when they start taking the game and then they start, making themselves as Spider-Man characters and they started doing all that to the game, it was already made for the game to be able to do that. So it's like almost like it's the same thing here. It was already made for it to be this, for it to be that. So it's like going and it's being that. But we think that we have this control over these things that we doing it, but this control and all these things was already here. It's just like the game of GTA. It's already there. It's limited to this, and this. That's it. And it's like here, it's the same. It's like too much, not too much different. What's up with it, Kristen?
Hey, hey.
Oh, you taking your her down? Your her down? Give me some. I need some right here. I just need a little bit right here on top.
Oh, I got it all in the garbage right here.
put it all, put it all in the bag and send it to me.
I'm gonna send it.
I would just put it on this side right here, just right here, just a little. Life is a game. Life is the biggest game, but it's a dope game because you get to be your own character. You get to be the character that you decide to be. And it's wild because, like I said, the character, the makeup of the character is already here. Like on GTA, the characters is already there. The clothes is already there. You go and you buy new shirts at the store and you do all. It's like that shit is crazy, bro. It's like everything outside that we build is just mimicking us. The metaverse from every game we play, and this is another thing, Juan, that is trippy about psychedelics. I had a psychedelic experience to where I seen myself. I see like when I see all my dreams and I see all my experiences and I see all my past lives, I see every game I ever played, bro. But I see it in the light of it was me inside the game. I didn't see it as okay, I'm sitting there with a controller playing 2K. Bro, I was the one bringing the basketball. I was in the game. I was the character in the game bringing the basketball up the court. Every game I played, whether it was Mario or whatever, bro, I was the character in the game. So when I sat there and I play Mario and I'm thinking Mario is the game, did like Mario is me. It's me. Once I put that controller in my hand, I became Mario.
All you
So
did was press
I
A B
know,
really fast.
I know, real fast. Yeah, yeah, real fast. But I became that character within the game. I started acting as Mario. Look, I started thinking as Mario. Like when, hey, when you go and you play 2K and you the Golden State Warriors, you start playing as fucking. You start being Curry. You shooting as Curry. You doing everything as Steph. Oh dang! Hold on, wow man.
Wait. Oh no. Oh wait. Hide it.
I
We
got
can't
it.
put that on.
I got it. Wow man. You good? You good? That.
Hide it.
It's like you good, wow man. You good? You good? But yeah, it's like I started to be like all those different characters that I played in every game, and I could, and like that was like fascinating because I always, you know, I didn't realize it till a lot of time later because I was like this dude in the military, right? And like I'm holding my weapon and I'm running with my team. We hide behind this Hummer that was laying on its side, and like we stepping over the Hummer, shooting at the enemy, right? And like when I came back, when I got back down, like I after I shot a few times, I was like, wait, hold on, this ain't my reality. And then later on, when I went, like it was probably months later, I was playing Call of Duty, and I was doing that same scene in Call of Duty. I was running by that same Hummer that was turned over, and I'm going, what the, what the hell is going on? So it's like almost like when you play the game, like you become the character in that game. Like it's like and in a sense, sometimes I be feeling like that's what's happening here. Like it's the same thing that's happening here. Like we becoming that character. We are that character within the game. Like that's us. That's us. Like in whatever game we play. What's up with it, Charles?
Hey, hey,
Hey Charles.
what's poppin'?
Charles, the awakened one.
Hey, Kristen hit us with the new viral video of them cheeks.
Oh.
Ah, I say you got another hit on your hands there. That's the BBL Dreezy right there for Sheezy.
Oh, you talking about the one with homegirl walking naked up the street? Not that one,
No,
Now I'm
Juan.
talking about the dude. I'm talking about the dude who was sagging his pants.
The one
Oh,
I sent
okay,
you.
yeah. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even. I even posted. You know what's crazy? I got one of them videos too. I got one of my own too of this dude that was doing the same thing. But I ain't gonna lie, it looked like something was wrong with his back or something. Because have you ever seen that one dude that can't stand straight up? He got to stay bent over. He was one of them
Yeah.
dudes. You feel me? He had to
Oh,
stay.
okay.
He bent over
Mhm.
like an L, like an
The
L. But
Scully.
he
The
was
Scully.
yeah. But he was
Yeah.
but he was still on the corner doing his mean. You feel me? Rolling the
Okay.
blunt and everything on the corner, and I'm just like, bro, look at this. You
Hmm.
get your cheeks all out.
Hmm.
Hey, did your video go viral yet, Kristen?
Oh, I didn't post it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, somebody need to post that thing.
I had no followers.
I didn't. Shit, I didn't have none either till you gave me that one. Yeah, I didn't have none either. I wasn't even on Instagram like that.
Yeah, everybody on YouTube, go follow True Life Stories on Instagram.
On IG. Yeah, that's
I
crazy. Yeah. True Life Stories on Instagram, True Life Stories on TikTok. We all around the board. Like that's when we go live. When I go live now, I just go live everywhere. Like we live on TikTok, we live on Instagram, we live on like 5 different platforms. I don't know what that is, but hi everybody. This is Charles, the Awakened.
hey,
Are you live right now?
Oh dang, man. Yeah, I'm live right now. BBL
Is
Drizzy.
that why you go live? Is that why you be like vertical now on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Ugh, I hate that shit.
Oh, you don't? Should I
I
not
don't
do
like it.
ver? I'll go back and
I
forth
don't
then.
care. You do what you want to do with your channel. You ain't giving
I'll
me
go
no
back and
money.
forth then. I gave you $2 the other day. You didn't even say thank you.
You give me nothing. You didn't give me nothing.
I gave you
You didn't
two
give me nothing.
dollars. Two
$2.
I gave you
eight quarters.
$20. I want my change.
8 quarters. 8 quarters. I gave you 8 quarters.
No, you didn't.
Nah, but how you doing though,
You cheat.
BBL?
Baby, baby. I'm distracted today.
Oh, you at work? I see you got
Well,
the.
I mean, I'm always at work, but
Why
I'm
you got the
distracted at
Bill
work today.
Cosby picture like that though?
Diddy.
I clicked it. I
That's
had
the
to
Bill
click.
Cosby Diddy mashup.
Oh man, I
That's
clicked it. I had to click back off. I said, "Let me get off of there. Let me hold on." What the heck?
that's the classic B Diddy.
He
Like
I'm
did.
there's the
dead.
Badissi, there's the Badissi, and there's the Badiddy.
Oh, what's up with his son, Zoo?
Sun Tzu just came in because he saw me in here.
Oh, cause he seen you.
Ooh.
And Son Zoo popped in once he seen you.
Hey,
Huh?
she
Yep.
said. She said, "Strangers in the night."
Charles did too. You
Oh
know you
man, I
came
gotta
in here
what's the
because you
name?
saw me in here, Charles. Stop acting
Uh,
funny. Y'all know y'all
my bad,
love me,
y'all.
but y'all
Yeah.
got to earn my love.
You said we got to earn your love. Earn.
You
I
got to
don't.
earn my
You gotta
love.
earn my love. Do you want starch? Do you want starch with that iron? Do you want?
I'm
I,
I'm not from Baltimore.
Do you want
hey,
starch with that
my
iron?
my granddaddy in that arm.
Uh,
Don't be touching that
Earn,
arm.
earn.
hey,
My granddaddy's name was Earn.
hey, but I'm
Spelled
about to
it with
cut.
two
I'm about
A's.
to cut the live, y'all. We gonna come back. I'm about to cut it off. What's the name
Later.
though? I'm gonna cut it off
He's
of
Everybody,
about to cut
TikTok.
it off
They
and go
tripping.
vertical.
All
everybody
right.
on YouTube, Discord right now.
I already posted it too.
Hi,